I just realized I had the weirdest face this morning looking at the camera. I think I was still posting something or working on something, and I was overly focused. All right, guys, what's up? Good morning. Welcome back. It's Friday, and let's get ready to check out what's moving and get ready to trade the opening bell. So we have three stocks we're looking at: SAVA, PTI, and CRIS. Um, SAVA is definitely the most interesting pick for our trading strategy. So let's talk about that one first, and then we'll see about the other ones. Let me quickly make sure that everything is looking good. We're using the right microphone. Good connection from YouTube. All right, everything looks fine. Okay, so moving over, let me move my seat a little bit. I got kind of a sore neck this week from kind of always looking to the left. Usually I have my whole setups a little differently arranged, but today's going to be the last day we're using this setup. So next time you see me, I'm actually going to be in Berlin and with a standing desk. I'm super excited about that. SAVA, they, huge sell-off actually. So 100% rally, but then the sell-off again, 43% down. That's really, really strong. So that kind of put me on edge a little bit, but so they have a lot of hype news, but then they also have a lot of really good positive news. And let's just quickly. So they're in the phase 2 of an Alzheimer's disease testing. So really good kind of spotlight on that. My watch just told me to move a little bit. Crazy, I just sat down. So I mean, they have good results, but the sell-off here is really aggressive, and the big pops to the upside didn't really have a lot of volume. So that's kind of putting me on edge a little bit here, for sure. It's really that just big crash right here. This huge amount of volume of sellers was a little bit off-putting. And just moving on to their daily chart, let's quickly look at that a little bit. We also see, these have 2 times gap downs, and the last time it tried to break past the gap down, it got completely crushed around $10. Now it did break past it for a little bit, but then again, huge sell-off, and then here was kind of that final tip. So now we're seeing that same thing, big gap down, try to push through it here, and trying to push through it here, and actually it did. So it hit, what, 3.6 this morning? So right around here, pretty big rally. Now it's back to $3. So kind of finding some support at the, actually, wait, that's not true. It's back at $2. So shot through the upper kind of support zone and now back to the lower support zone. So I think $2 could be a great bounce area, and you can kind of tell it already is bouncing quite a bit in this area, about 6%. So let's see what happens. I mean, good news, but just a lot of selling in general. So there's probably some dilution going on here. It just, in general, it's a little iffy, but it's definitely one of the nicer picks today. So we have 9 minutes till the opening bell, and let me quickly scan again, see what we got going on here, because this scan sometimes changes depending on what's been moving in the last few minutes. We ran this scan originally at what, 8:40 or something like that. Go ahead and click it again. I don't know why it's not loading. Ooh. Yeah, not really sure why it's not coming up with anything. We'll just give it a moment. But anyway, let's go through some of the other ones. We have PTI. Let's go ahead and mark this one. I thought this was marked already earlier today. PTI is super overextended. Just kind of, nothing really new about it, and it's up around 500%. So I think a pullback back to $3 is extremely realistic. I'm going to be watching this one very closely. This one has a bit bigger market cap and shares outstanding. 200 million market cap and 50 million shares outstanding with a float around, I think it was 42 or 46 or something like that. So, I mean, this one's not going to be moving as quickly as some of the other ones, but that is the big reason why I think it could be a really nice bounce trade near former support. So let's see here. Anything down here would be, a 6% bounce. I would probably wait for a bigger bounce, maybe towards 3, the lower 3 area. So I'm going to go ahead, create alert up here. Let's see if it goes under 3.5. Yeah, at or below is totally fine. So I'm going to put a secondary alert here. SRNE, not really looking at because it's more of a mid cap, pretty big, and also already selling off a little bit, but you know, it could be a good entry for a potential bounce under 3 point, maybe 15 or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put an alert on this one. So overall, this is a pretty good week so far. We're a little below what I would like to be at for profits this week. We're about like halfway there. So, you know, kind of a slow week. I was fumbling kind of a bit on Monday, and then Tuesday we started, you know, getting our gears together. Then we had that nice trade Wednesday. Yesterday we didn't really do much, and then yesterday could have been a great trading day actually. Oh, I just realized I forgot to switch the screen. I am sorry about that, guys. Second screen. What's up, Taylor? What's up, everyone? Good morning, everyone. Sorry for not switching the screen ahead of time. Let me quickly just go through them very quickly then. SAVA was the one I was talking about. Big gap down. Yeah, I think there's going to be some major support at $2. Let's see what else we have. PTI. Sorry about that. I didn't know the screen was not switched. This is the one we were just talking about. Also looking pretty good, but super overextended. So I would like to see some larger pullback, maybe closer to the 3.2 area. And then SRNE, not really super interested in this one because it's more of a mid cap. But, you know, if we break past down to 3.2, this could also be quite interesting just because, you know, it is a larger cap. So it might potentially not dip as hard as some of the other ones. Big support also in the 2.4 area. So if we dip below 3, which I kind of doubt, we should see some really big support in the high 2s, mid to high 2s. And then CRIS, I mean, this one's probably the least interesting, even though the, you know, market cap and the shares are kind of interesting. Just that sell-off this one had in the morning was just really, really aggressive. And if we go to the long-term view on this one, you can see why I find it so aggressive. We also have a reverse split right around here on May, but that's kind of a bit ago. So yeah, definitely some dilution in here. Big gap down, although the gap down wasn't, you know, that bad. I need a new mouse, I think. So yeah, 2.3 is definitely a big resistance zone. Let's go just go ahead and mark this to kind of 2.4 area. And then again, maybe 2.7, big resistance. But just in general, kind of pointing out that this area, there's going to be a lot of resistance. And that's kind of what we saw here. You know, 2.4, we try to break past it. You can see the red line here now, and then just completely getting sold into. Now it's back to, you know, 1.85. So pretty big dip down. Basically where it started again. So kind of crazy. It's going to be a big red candle. It's going to kind of look like this. You know, go from 2.8 over here to all the way down here, 1.8. So I don't know. Maybe it'll bounce. I think this one definitely has some bounce potential. So we'll look for that. I don't know why my mouse is not being responsive. Kind of sketchy. Our main focus though is just kind of following, finding where the dollar volume is today, finding where the movers are, and then just kind of trading that. So we got 2.5 minutes. ONTX. Interesting points, Taylor. That's one of the ones we were trading earlier this week. Let's just put it up. ONTX. Really nice pre-market pop. The reason I didn't talk about this one, it's right here on our scanner as well, is because it's just it's below the dollar, which I typically want to be trading at. But yeah, I mean, this one's up really nice pre-market. So let's see how this one moves as well. Let's go to the charts and quickly check it out. Yeah, so this one's just being completely crushed. I mean, it was based on how many reverse splits it has, you know, $4,700. This thing is going into no man's land, but the spikes are pretty nice. SRRA. I don't think I was looking at SRRA. Also on our watch list, but again, sub dollar. That's why I was not talking about it. Big sellers at 0.55. Recent gap down. TRNX is a little different. When was the last time we traded TRNX? I don't recall exactly, but this one, big gap down actually. Now it's at 1.2, was down at $1. Gotta watch out with these ranges. Yeah, so this one completely got crushed. It's new lows down here. Big should find some support at $1, but I don't know. I won't be trading any of those. I don't believe so. But yeah, well, it'll be good to kind of watch throughout the day, see how they roll. Let me know if you get any positions on them. SAVA is going to be my main watch, and then PTI, another one. I'll be watching very closely. "19 seconds to the market opens." "10 seconds, here we go." Don't forget to hit that like button and take a deep breath before the market opens. Here we go. If we wanted a position on here, you can see that a little below our range. PTI and SAVA are the ones I'm looking at. Nice little gap up. Big red candle here. Look at that. So many sellers on this one. Completely dwarfing the amount, the pre-market activity. A lot of buyers though coming in. Somehow the sellers try to dump into the market, but it was held. This could be here, a little red to green move. See if we can get one of those first pullbacks on this one. A lot of alerts going off. PTI isn't looking too hot. $3.5 might be a really good turnaround spot for this one. The amount of sellers right off the gate was making me a little nervous with SAVA. PTI, I kind of want to be dip buying it. Right now it's bouncing. So many sellers coming in on this one. Looks like we might have that first bounce. Don't really feel comfortable yet. Would like to see it pull back closer to $2, maybe even break $2 ideally. A lot of sellers. PTI is bouncing. Quite a nice bounce actually. I do like this one. 3.4 was a really good area. Definitely was thinking about getting in right here. I like those entries under those hole areas, so 3.5 and then entries under there, but the sheer amount of sellers on this one kind of kept me at bay a little bit. Didn't feel like a classic morning panic below. Go ahead and just kind of watch this one. See if we can get a little more sell-off going on. SAVA bounce is underway. This could be a red to green move. Let's see what happens. This is going to be another big dump right here. Who knows? On the 5-minute, you can really see the sellers kind of piling in on that first candle, but kind of held the lows pretty well. Not really giving up its spot. I think this thing's going to try to retest some highs, but it might first want to find some support, some foundation before it does any sort of rally. Volume slipping. Nice entry, Taylor. That was a pretty solid entry. I'm a little cautious right now. I feel like there could be a secondary dip, or this could be the red to green move, but big sellers in the beginning. They tried to break past 2.3, didn't work. Let's see what happens here. All right, this looks like there's going to be a nice little break past the 220. Very nice. Here we go. Break is looking a little weaker than I was expecting. Still a lot of sellers. The PTI bounce was quite nice, but not that strong. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some more selling off. SRNE, kind of nice momentum on this one. What I don't like about it is just the general dollar volume is a little weak. Not too much activity, and the percentage gains on this one are also just not that great. But we did have a really nice pullback here. SAVA having that pullback. I would like to see a bigger pullback before we entered this trade, but I'm still looking at it. Like I said, the $2 was a pretty important area, so I feel like the $2 area might want to hold. There might be a retest there. There might be a dip below $2. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is find some strength, find some foundation around that area. Not really getting a gap and go anywhere on our radar. Let's check out CRIS. This one's just not really doing too much of anything. CRNE, this one's probably the biggest gap and go. Again, the problem I have with this one is just the general lack of attention on it. Although, you know, it is the one doing all the moving in the right direction, so maybe I'm not paying attention to it as much as I should. This would have been a really nice entry right here on that little 1 minute pullback. But then again, you know, 3%, you know, that's not really moving the needle. SAVA really holding that bottom pretty well. Might require an entry. Big buyers, big sellers, kind of just like big everything plopping around. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that it might. I think, I don't know. We're going to know in the next, I think, 2 minutes here, because volume has just about totally dried up. So any second now, we should get a break in one of the directions. This is going to be really interesting. See what happens. I'm gonna check out DLPN just for a quick moment. It looks like it's not doing anything after yesterday. And this was the hot flyer yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. Taylor, you got quite the position. I gotta say, that would put me pretty on edge of my seat. Five-minute looks good though. 5 minute looks really good, really holding that base. I think that's a huge argument for probably going long. A lot of buyers coming in right now. It's kind of funny, right as I say that the 5 minute looks good. Here we go. It looks like we're gonna get that crack past 2.22. Let's see what happens. Buyers picking up. Boom, there we go. There we have the break to the upside, 2.5. See if we can buy on the pullback. Sellers coming in here. Entered on the pullback. Looking for a break past the 28. Big volume coming in now. A little slow on the 1 minute pullback possibly we're seeing right now. Might get this secondary breakout. 31, 30. First pullback. Support at 28. I just had some serious glitch issues with my screen Didn't allow me to place my limit order when I wanted to at 39. There might be a second breakout here. Attempt, not sure. Let's see what happens. Here we go. And we're out of this trade. Almost, not fully. We're out of the rest of the trade here at 37. So mixed exit. I couldn't agree more. I think, Taylor, I think you're definitely right. I think this thing has a lot more upside in it. I'm just locking in some profits right now. But I think, yeah, you're right. I mean, this thing's forming quite a nice ascending channel. I mean, ascending triangle. Let's just check out the where we exited. So we had that initial break here. We had a pullback. And then again, a pullback here. Didn't really break that secondary, so that's why I exited. Didn't really feel super comfortable. We're making higher lows, though. Everything is looking about right. So we entered on that first pullback, on that break. At least I would consider that one a first pullback during the red to green move. Nice, 114 bucks. So boom, now we are officially on track for the week. We're exactly where we want to be. So check out the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute charts look really good. You could see the 1-minute pullback really clearly on the 5-minute. So if we wanted to do one more trade, we could. This looks like we might have a breakout from this area. Let's see what happens. I'm going to leave it on the 1-minute. The 5-minute looks really good because you have that 5-minute pullback, which is looking really nice. All right, here's that second break. $2.38 could be a possible entry as a pullback. Pullback was a bit more aggressive than I was expecting. It's unfortunate that we got a cut trade on that one. Makes the accounting always a little bit more difficult. I'm just going to enter my trade in right now. 197 at 2.37 and 2.4. Still looks really good, but I'm not feeling fully comfortable. I felt a little bit more comfortable with my first position. This was an 8.65% profit trade. Not too bad. Definitely moves the needle. Looks like it was better that we were a bit more cautious on this one. We might have a nice balance at the 26. $8.65% profit. I'm pretty happy with that one. Sellers are slowly, not really that strong. I like the 26 area. Spike in sellers, watch out. Quickly down to 23. 21 even, 22. Looks like Taylor, you might be out on this one. I'm out, small profit. Nice work, man. Nice work. You slate that trade. That's why I take profits quickly. I usually take profits around 5 to 8%. So this one was a little over my typical profit taking range. And this is exactly why. I mean, these things are very unpredictable. We're just looking for, the critical support levels, and that's really it. A lot of sellers here. This is more than just, profit taking. Making me a little antsy again on this one. Got to remember, there could be a lot of short interest on this. There could be a lot of dilution. We're kind of in these no man zones where the just very dangerous. A lot of volume though coming in. Let's watch this order book a little bit longer. See if we can do maybe another 15 minutes of trading. Other than that, I'll probably be closing out today. The 5-minute looks good, but the pullback was kind of strong, I gotta admit. Kudos, Taylor, for having such a tight stop loss. That's how you do it. That's how you make it. Let me know what your percentage gain on that one is. This could be the reversal, or this could be a continuation. This dip definitely could have been bought into. I think we kind of missed this dip at the 23. We would be up 3%. Nothing, to run home about, but big sellers, and the only buying going on is very weak. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Could be a potential secondary entry if we have a bigger dip down maybe to $2 or something like that. I'm usually overly cautious, so if you want to apply that to your thinking on what I'm talking about, a lot of times I'm like, there's no way I would get into this. Boom, goes up 100%. So just keep that in mind. I'm extremely cautious. And I think a lot of traders probably wouldn't agree with my trading tactics. Wow, PTI, really nice bounce up here. Kind of had this double bottom, and then it began to rally again. But you know what? Our interest is on the biggest mover. It's on SAVA, and that's one of my biggest lessons, to really focus on those big movers. Are we going to pass back to 30? So many sellers just dumping. This thing is flying in all directions right now. Low float, guys. You gotta love these low floats. Almost 9% today on this trade. Very cool. Clean up that $100. All right, let's see. 31. Man, I would feel so uncomfortable if we traded this bounce somehow. I probably would have been faked out 10 times already. Max reward would have been 3%. That's way too much stress, in my opinion, for a 3% profit. Also high risk. If another one of these candles comes out, boom, you're down 5% in less than a minute. That's not really what you want to be doing with your life, I think. Here we go. Here looks like the guaranteed crack. About an 8% pullback. If we saw another 8% pullback, that would be right around here at the 211. Let's see if we can do that. I think this area could hold maybe, and then any bounce in this area, could give us about 3 to 4% profit. Nothing that crazy, but I'll take the 3 to 4% profit. You're risking about 10 cents. I would say there could be a quick dip. So it's not the best trade. Kind of a lot of risk. Might have to wait for a better opportunity. I would like to see a crack below $2, honestly. Whoa, 500 order just came out at 2.16. Big order, big order. Remember, this thing did run up to 3.61, but it did run up with no volume. So this could have just been a handful of buyers creating all this buying pressure. And the order book just could have been cleaned. So I don't know. This could be a setup. Let's see what happens. Let's quickly pull up the last trades we did. And here you can see them. This was a first pullback. We had a breakout from this area. I didn't buy the breakout. I bought the pullback at the 20, right around here. And then we closed that trade. I wanted to close out of it earlier, but we got a pretty nice exit. I'm not complaining. Let's go ahead and go back to our margin account where we have 2 trades available. 216 could be a good entry. I think it might be a great entry. I don't know. I'm gonna wait for a bigger crack personally, but let's see. Again, we hit this former shoulder. You can see at 2.41, we hit that former shoulder again. These shoulders are very, very powerful, just because a lot of people are looking at them. Sell-off is pretty weak. if we have a break above the 30, might be an interesting spot to try to buy a pullback. Here we go. This looks like the buyers might be in control again. 29. ADXS. So if we were going to enter SAVA to the upside, I would like to see it break past 2.3 first. Then have a pullback, buy on that pullback. Otherwise, I find it a bit risky. Here we go. I think this is the break that we've been waiting for. It's so hard to tell. This is looking pretty good in the case for the longs. We have volume poking up here on the downside. Pressure building. If we bought into the ask, it'd be a 380 position size. It's a bit bigger than I would actually want. Really nice support forming. The two of the candles to the upside were both much bigger. This might be the crack to the upside that we were waiting for. Big buyers coming in, big buyers. There we go. We probably could have got that trade. I was being super overly cautious. Nice amount of volume coming in. We kind of identified that there was a buildup going on, but we didn't really take advantage of it. And we missed that second breakout too. Again, too conservative. I'll probably go up to the 33 after that. I'm looking for that pullback right here. This would be the first pullback on this secondary kind of run. A lot of buyers, so many buyers. 5-minute chart's looking really good. We missed this one too. Yes. So, the second trade of the day, coulda, shoulda, woulda been. All of them were too conservative. All of them. Ooh, what's going on with my charts? Nice breakout. Nice 1-minute pullback. This is exactly what we want to see. Didn't capitalize on this trade. This could have been a pretty good trade, honestly. We should have been way more aggressive on it. Now we're breaking to new highs. Right now, sky's the limit on this one. Looking really good. Ooh, here we go. Possible breakout pullback. Big volume, big green volume. I really like it. Forming a bull flag here. Secondary breakout at the 52. 5-minute chart looks really, really good. Here on the tick view, you can see that pullback we had, this little micro pullback back to the 244. That would have been an entry. We had many tops here. That probably would have been the entry. I was too conservative again on that one. I've just been kind of way too conservative in general on how we traded this one. But whatever, super conservative. Super conservative, and we still are up 8.9% today. So what are you going to do? What are you going to say? Nice entry, Tyler. Definitely good entry, right above the 44. $44 again is being tested right now. It's good until you don't do any trades. Like that happened to us basically Monday and Tuesday and like the rest of the weeks. I just got to get more comfortable trading this setup. I haven't been trading morning gap ups, small caps in like several years, so I decided to start extremely cautious. Looking at the Bollingers. I don't really trade the Bollingers too much. Actually, I don't trade them at all. But I get your point. I think I was too conservative on this one again. I think this thing's going to rally. I just somehow can't get myself to... All right, we're in this trade. Basically buying on the EMA, 15. Although that was not really why I bought it. I like this breakout point at 37. A lot of selling still going on. Really want to see a break past 44 really soon, or else I'm going to get out of this trade. 5-minute looking good. What I like about the 5-minute is we're still above the 37, 38 area, the low body of this. So right now we're buying the second pullback on this one. My watch is complaining, saying I've been sitting too long. Maybe I'll do like some hand stretches. I don't know if that counts. Looking for a move closer to the 2.8. What do you think, guys? Are we going to be able to break this high at 2.5? A lot of sellers at the 47. $48. Wow, that was a big amount of sellers at the 47 just now. One minute pullback. Really want to see a breakout past this area very, very soon within the minute, or else I'm out of this trade. I'm out of this one. Couldn't handle the pressure. I'll take my 38 profits. Good morning, Sebastian. Yes, so far so good. We had one trade this morning. 8.65% profit. That was pretty nice. $114 profit. We just closed out another trade, took a $38 profit on it. So in total, pretty solid day. I think I got out of this trade, SAVA, a little too early. But, you know, we're in gap up territory, and this stuff freaks me out. I said hasta luego. Wait, hasta vista. Vista, baby. I don't know. I'll have to watch that movie again. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. We're over. Let's quickly calculate this trade. So I'll move it over here so we can not mess up the. Man, what is life without two screens? It's not even life. It's just miserable. All right, so our entry on this one was 2.39. Super nice entry. I usually don't get entries that are that nice, so I'm going to take it. 2.46. Smaller trade. 3% profit, $38 profit. So today, not too bad. There's some really good activity going on in this right now. I don't even know if I want to be talking right now. This thing is on fire. Ooh. Probably sneak another trade out of this one. I don't really want to do more than 2 trades a day though. That's really kind of my max on trading. Let me go in here and bother you guys for a second. We have 2 trades today. This is the first pullback, and then we have a second pullback first. And then we have the second. So our portfolio is still recovering from our horrible trading on October, from holding a bag, like a complete just nonsense trader. I need to move this down, but I don't know. It's not loading. Portfolio. I don't know why none of this is loading right now. This should be updated. Oh, I'll tell you why. If we go to day trades, 12/6. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of accounting so you guys can see what's going on. Let's go portfolio. So yeah, today was a good day, $152 profit day, pretty nice. I'm not sure what account growth that is. We're gonna have to move down this whole total portfolio, but our portfolio definitely grew pretty nicely today. You know, 100, what is 30 something dollars, pretty nice. I think SAVA has a few more bounces inside of it. Taylor, yeah, that was a sneaky one. I felt really uncomfortable with that, but you know, I also felt like there was a huge amount of upside. So I don't know. I'll never tell anyone to get in and out of position because it really depends on your personality, your risk tolerance. There's so many variables, and for me, this was just a little too sketchy, and I was out of that trade. Thanks, Money Ninja. Super nice comment. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the live stream there. I'm going to be coming out with a video later where we talk about, review some of these trades. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I super appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new here and you don't know what's going on. You will eventually learn everything that's going on. It looks like SAVA is moving yet again. This thing just doesn't want to stop, can't stop, won't stop. Super, super nice. Ticker today, guys. We were just following the dollar volume. We did exactly what I've been saying I should have been doing for the last few weeks, and yeah, so this one we're finally being rewarded by following our rules a little bit, which feels better than anything else. So guys, I will see you then.